Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about yet another project that recently got listed on Coinbase, and this project is called Loom Network or the Loom Token, right? Again, as always guys, I highly recommend you guys to do your own research on any of the projects we cover on our channel. And for this project, I recommend you guys to go to the website loomx.io in order to learn more about the project, right? But before we move on to Loom Token, we're going to talk about Gateio. Gateio is one of the most popular centralized exchanges where you can buy cryptocurrencies or tokens way before they get listed on any major centralized exchange such as Binance or Coinbase. This gives you an opportunity to buy cryptocurrencies at the very early stages in their existence and thereby increasing a chance of you making a 10, 20, 50 or even 100x on those cryptocurrencies. By using the referral link in the description or on the screen right now, you not only increase your chance of making a lot of money by investing in cryptocurrencies way before they get listed on any major centralized exchanges, but you also have an opportunity to get a 30% trading rebate on any of the trades that you make on Gateio, right? So by using the link and signing up to a Gateio account, you are also supporting the Brutal Investor channel, and therefore I thank you in advance for that, right? So going back to Loom Network, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to rely on the information presented on CoinMarketCap's page for this token, along with the information presented on their website itself, which means this is only a peripheral analysis, which means you need to do your own in-depth research before you put your hard-earned money on this token, right? So what is Loom Network? Loom Network is a platform as a service that is built on top of Ethereum and allows developers to run large-scale decentralized applications. This platform was released on October 1st, 2017. So Loom Network is a platform as a service protocol which is built on top of the Ethereum blockchain, and it allows for developers to basically run large scale decentralized applications. So it allows developers to create self-sustainable large scale decentralized applications on their platform. And one important thing to note is that it's a project that has existed for quite some time in the crypto space, and it was released as of October 1st, 2017, right? The goal of this is to allow application developers to have smart contracts that can access much more computing power when it is required, or maintain the same power levels at lower costs for tasks such as trials for onboarding new users or applications that simply do not need the full security of blockchain to begin with. So why would you want to choose to use Loom Network? The reason you would choose to use Loom Network is Loom Network basically aims to allow application developers to have smart contracts, okay, which can access much more computing power when it's required. So if the developers who develop on smart contract want to access much more computing power, they can use Loom Network, right? Or they can use Loom Network to maintain the same power at lower costs for tasks such as trial for onboarding new users or applications. So if you are a developer who wants to maintain the same power at low cost, then Loom Network is for you, right? You can also you do not need the full security of the blockchain to begin with. So you don't really need a full security of the blockchain for a given period of time, and you want to get the most power out of the blockchain for a very cheap or low cost, then Loom Network is for you, right? So this is one of the reasons why developers would be more enticed to use Loom Network compared to any other network. In this system, you have the ability to interact with APIs developed by third parties which are not on-chain. Loom attempts to be the ultimate platform that allows smart contract developers to create applications without the need to switch to another programming language. So one of the main benefits of the system is that it allows the ability to interact with APIs developed by third parties which are basically off chain. So if you want to access third party APIs that are outside of the chain, you can do that through Loom Network, which gives you the ability to do so, right? And at the same time, Loom Network basically provides ultimate. It's an ultimate platform that aims to allow for smart contract developers to create applications without the need to switch to another programming language. So if you don't want to switch to another programming language, and if you want to create dApps as a developer, on a platform, then Loom Network is for you, right? As such, they can easily integrate their applications with the outside world. So Loom Network allows for their applications to be integrated with the outside world. So your applications are not necessarily only confined to Loom Network. It has breathability outside of the Loom Network as well, right? The Loom Network runs on Plasma, which is a scaling solution that allows for faster transactions throughout the network. So again, Loom being on top of Ethereum, but it supports a lot of throughput. It doesn't make any sense by itself, but it only makes sense if you understand that Loom is actually using a scaling solution called Plasma to achieve this. So Loom by itself is capable of doing this thanks to the use of a scaling solution called Plasma, which Loom uses in order to achieve the impressive throughput that the network needs, even though it is on top of the Ethereum blockchain, right? So that's a very important information that you need to know. So the next section basically talks about the founders of Loom Network, which I'm going to skip because this information is not really relevant to this video and you can read through this yourself. So I'm going to skip through the main to the main part, which is what makes Loom Network unique. So why would you put your money on Loom Network compared to any other project, right? So Loom Network is a platform as a service that allows Ethereum Solidity applications to be run through sidechains. So one of the main reasons why you need to look into Loom Network is that it allows for Ethereum Solidity applications. This is again Ethereum-based applications, which are there are a lot of ETH applications, and they can be run through sidechains on top of the Loom Network. So if you are trying to do the same that if you're a developer and if you're trying to build an app or migrate an app from Ethereum to Polygon or Ethereum to any other second sidechain, you can basically choose Loom Network because of its high throughput and the benefits that we discussed so far, right? This means that the applications can have consensus mechanisms specific to their needs and potential threat model. So when it comes to benefits of why this is the case, this basically allows for applications to have a consensus mechanism specific for their needs and potential threat model. So if you have a specific consensus for which you want your applications to perform, then Loom Network provides you with that flexibility which can benefit your application, right? So Loom makes scaling decentralized applications faster and easier on the Ethereum network and uses the DPoS sidechains for scalability with dApps through the security of Ethereum mainnet. So Loom basically makes scalable decentralized applications faster and easier on the Ethereum network. So it makes it easier and faster on the Ethereum network and uses a DPoS, which is again proof of stake sidechain or a delegated proof of stake sidechain for scalability with dApps through the security of the Ethereum mainnet. So by relying on Ethereum for Ethereum's security, but by using the DPoS sidechain, Loom basically gets the best out of both the worlds, right? The Loom token acts as a membership token that each member receives in order to get access to all of the apps that run on the Loom network itself. This token functions on all of the dApp chains that run on the Loom network and lets you transfer digital assets and data between Ethereum and Loom dApp chains. So the Loom token itself, which is the native token of the Loom network, acts as a membership token. So you need to have Loom tokens in order to receive and get access to all the apps that run on the Loom network itself. So without the Loom tokens, you cannot access the dApps that are running on the Loom network. So you need to use Loom tokens to access those features. And this token functions as a dApp chains that run on Loom network, and lets you transfer digital assets and data between Ethereum and Dapp chains on Loom network. So if you want to, the one other use case for Loom tokens are that it kind of acts as a means by which information can pass through between Ethereum and the Loom Dapp chains themselves, right? So that's one of the main other benefits of Loom Network's Loom token. So how is Loom network secured? So this is going to be an important section that we also need to cover. The Loom network is secured through the ZK Loom protocol for efficient blockchains. So of course, Loom network being on top of the Ethereum blockchain relies on Ethereum security, but it also has its own security layout where it uses ZK Loom. It's a ZK roll-up mechanism known as ZK Loom protocol for efficient blockchains. The Ethereum network is one of the most popular open source blockchains for smart contracts, and it is backed by the second largest cryptocurrency. So again, Ethereum being one of the second largest and the most popular cryptocurrencies in the world is also one of the most secure blockchains, and Loom network directly benefits by being on top of Ethereum by using Ethereum's security. Through ZK Loom blockchain, you no longer have to trust validators and can rely on security guarantees provided by Ethereum. Again, this is pretty self-explanatory, and you don't really need to rely on any validators by using ZK Loom blockchain, right? Through leveraging Ethereum for security, ZK Loom blockchains can operate in a secure manner with few validators, and as such, it is much easier to bootstrap new blockchains and to operate them at a lower cost. So by leveraging Ethereum security, Loom network with the help of ZK Loom can provide a secure manner with few validators, and at the same time provide for a much easier bootstrapping of new blockchains and to operate them at a lower cost, right? So that's basically how Loom network works, and it's secure, right? So that's pretty much all the information you can get from CoinMarketCap, and it seems like CoinMarketCap has a lot of good information about Loom network, which I highly recommend you guys to read through, right? Now going back to the website, which is loomx.io. It's a pretty simple and straightforward website. So they say the production ready multi-chain interop platform for serious Dapp developers. So that's that's a mouthful, and it's kind of like a mission statement of Loom network. And you can read through how they provide highly scalable and quick and high throughput dApps, on top of them. So you can basically start building, if you're a developer, on their platform right now in order to make highly efficient dApps, right? So here you have more information about what Loom network is, which I recommend you guys to read through. They provide some background to their platform and what is the Loom token itself. So they provide more information on the token and how you can stake your tokens by clicking on this link. And if you want to learn as an FAQ, you can click on Loom token FAQ link here in order to learn more about the token itself, right? So why developers love Loom? So one of the reasons why developers are preferring Loom over other solutions is because it's production ready today. So you can basically start working right away. You don't have to wait for any specific requirements. Fast and scalable for serious dApps. So if you are trying to build a very user heavy and calculation and high throughput kind of like dApp that you need to build on top of Ethereum, you can instead choose to build it on Loom for fast and scalable reasons, right? Frictionless user experience. So if you want to give your users one of the best user experiences that they can get, then obviously Loom network is for you. Access to a massive user base. Again, since Ethereum has one of the massive user, DeFi and NFT bases, getting the audience to get traction to your platform would be relatively easy if you build on Loom network, because it kind of works in conjunction with Ethereum, right? Top-notch security. Obviously, it uses Ethereum security to rely on their security. Future-proof your dApp. So if you are trying to future-proof your dApp, in order to make it available in a multi-chain environment, I think Loom is also a multi-chain interoperable kind of like platform. Then you definitely need to have your dApp move to Loom network, right? So these are all many of the benefits that they have for their Loom network. Deploy your dApp in minutes. So this is again mainly kind of like developer focused, and you can read through the docs here. You can create a private key, initiate Loom provider, and add configuration for base chain, and optimized for user experience. So it's clearly optimized for a really good user experience which users can enjoy. And if you scroll here, it's designed for developers by developers, and you can learn to code with crypto zombies. So if you want to learn to code, you can easily learn that from scratch using crypto zombies, which used to be a popular kind of like a game where you can learn how to code on Solidity on Loom Network just by using that tutorial, which was pretty cool. And you can still do that right now. You can start coding by clicking on this link here, right? If you want to learn more about the Loom blog, you can do that here as well. They have updated roadmaps and additional information which will help you to learn more about this project. Media mentions, they're mentioned in CNN, TechCrunch, Weebly, Cointelegraph. They are also like partners with Axie Infinity and Consensus, Coin Central, and you can also get bi-weekly updates from Loom Network directly by subscribing to their newsletter here. And if you scroll below, you can clearly see their social media information. And if you want to become a part of their community, you can join their social media community, right? So overall, a pretty straightforward and cool website. It used to be a relatively popular project in 2017, 2018. And I think the crypto zombies, which they used to try to teach coding to people, definitely worked well, but then kind of lost some fizzle later on, and now it's trying to come back, right? So going back to the Loom Network's CoinMarketCap page, this token is currently ranked 457th by market cap on CoinMarketCap, and is currently trading at 8.2 cents at the time I'm making this video, with about 0.06% decrease in the past 24 hours, right? So again, despite the Coinbase listing announcement, the token has been kind of like doing relatively poorly, which is quite surprising. But it's not as surprising as before, because now I think many people are anticipating a Coinbase listing every week or every other week, and therefore Coinbase doesn't really have the same punch that it used to have before, right? When it comes to market cap, its market cap is only $82.6 million in market cap. Very low market cap indeed, and it's definitely a good project to keep an eye out for. And with the market cap kind of shrinking right now, this is probably going to be a really good opportunity to buy this token, right? When it comes to the max supply, this token doesn't really have a max supply, which is one of the biggest negatives of this project. It has a total token supply of 1 billion tokens, but the best thing about this token is that it has all of its total supply in circulation, which means all the 1 billion tokens are in circulation, which obviously leads to a lot of price dumping. But at the same time, since there's no real max supply, there's going to be more and more tokens that are going to be injected into the market for Loom Network, which is going to be a really bad thing for the long term as well as the mid term as well. But I think this is one of the only bad negative things about Loom Network, which you can technically oversee if you look at the bright positive sides of Loom Network, right? So when it comes to charts itself, you can clearly see that this token was doing really well in the early stages. Again, as I mentioned, the token was quite popular back in 2017, 2018, and now it's not as popular. It's struggling to come out of its descending kind of like pattern. The initial price of this token was 8.7 cents as of 2018, like 16th of March 2018, but it kind of rallied immediately, reaching an all-time highs of about 70 cents per token before crashing back down to a price of about 5 to 4 cents per token, 4.8 cents per token as of January 2019. And then it would go up and down. It would be very volatile, but its all-time lows was about 1.2 cents per token, which was throughout kind of like 2020, mid to late 2020, right? And then it came up occasionally and then went down, but mostly it was quite relatively stable in moving sideways. But end of 2020 was when this token started pumping from kind of a 2.9 cents to a new all-time high again, which is kind of like the relative all-time highs of about 26 cents per token before crashing back down to 4 cents, and then went back up to a price point of close to like 11 cents per token before crashing back down. And now with the Coinbase listing, this token is obviously trying to come up but I think it's still slumping, and I think the huge token supply is kind of like hindering the progress of this token in the price action, right? So I think this token is definitely a good token to buy for the short term, but not necessarily for the long term because of its tokenomics, and its tokenomics is really going to be like an issue for the long term. You will see occasional peaks, but you need to wait for a very long time in order to see consistent peaks and downs. But if you miss a chance of selling your token at the peak, you will have to wait for a very long time, because history has shown us that Loom network doesn't necessarily have consistent pumps, as like before. And that's just my opinion, guys, not finished advice. When it comes to the Bitcoin comparative, I'd probably say that this token was initially coupled heavily with the dollar comparative, but I think for the Bitcoin comparative currently, it's not getting coupled with dollar comparative at all, which is a pretty good thing, right? Initially, this token was worth kind of like 110 satoshis per token, but then it reached an all-time highs of close to 70,000 satoshis per token, sorry, 7,000 satoshis per token, before going to relative lows of about uh, you know, kind of like 340, 333 satoshis per token. It reached an all-time low of 200 satoshis per token, and sometimes even as low as 190 satoshis. And it was like this throughout 2020, and even during 2021, this token only managed to cross the 400 satoshi mark, but it crashed back down, and now it's still moving sideways, right? If you take a look at the price of dollar comparative, you can technically wait to buy this token on dollar comparative, but in Bitcoin comparative, this is pretty much the all-time lows, and you can buy this token right away. But I would suggest you to not use Satoshis or Bitcoins to buy this token, because it is kind of like an inflationary token. Bitcoin is way more valuable because of its scarcity. So I would probably suggest you to buy this token only with USDT or USD stable coins. But if you want to buy this token with Bitcoin, it's up to you. But you need to wait till this token goes below. I would probably suggest you to wait till this token goes below like the 7 to 6 cents mark before you can buy this token, right? When it comes to the markets itself, this token was obviously listed on Coinbase. It's also listed on Binance and Bithumb and Huobi Global, KuCoin, Bittrex, Poloniex, MEXC, and so on and so forth. But I think I wouldn't really go beyond, maybe Huobi Global, because Huobi Global is also a really reputed exchange, tier one exchange. But anything below that, I wouldn't really trust that much, right? Obviously, Coinbase and Binance being the most biggest liquidity providers, they provide most of the liquidity for this token, right? So what's my final verdict on this token, guys? I think this token definitely has some major tokenomic issues. I think it is inflationary, and therefore it doesn't have a max cap, which is definitely going to cause some price slumping and price depreciation in the long run. For the short term, yes, you can basically make a decent amount of money by buying this low and selling it high, but you need to time it properly, and at the same time, you could have, if you buy it at the wrong time, you may have to wait for a very long time in order to sell your token back to the break even, because this token doesn't necessarily have a predictable pattern, and it takes very long for you to make a lot of gains from this token compared to any other project, right? So even if you want to buy this token for the short term, depending on at what price you buy, you may probably get stuck before you sell off on this token, because in the short term, due to price volatility, this token can definitely do a new all-time high, and I think this token can definitely cross 30 to 40 cents mark in the next few months. But I think in the next 3 to 5 years from now, I think depending on how this token curtails its tokenomics based issues, and how many people use this kind of like side chain, that will determine whether the long-term price is going to be fully sustainable. But as of now, I can at least foresee this token crossing the 70 cents mark, and maybe being somewhere in the 80 to 90 cents mark in the next 3 years. But maybe in the next 5 years, this token can easily cross 1.5 to $2 per token, right? But again, this is just my verdict, guys, not financial advice. Please do your own research before you put your hard-earned money on this token, right? Again, as mentioned before, please use the link in the description or the link on the screen right now in order to set up your Gateio account. And by purchasing your cryptocurrencies through Gateio, you not only get exposed to buying low market cap gems before they get listed on major exchanges, but you also get a 30% fee rebate on your trading fees, right? And you also support the channel when you do that. So remember guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.